Namaste and welcome to the 14th session of Patanjali Meditation 101 Comprehensive. As has been our practice, we devote first 10 minutes to what I call informal meditation, where Gayatri Mantra is our vehicle. We should realize that we utilize a vehicle to reach our destination, and then we want to meet somebody whom we love very much. So just imagine we are on a vehicle that is Gayatri Mantra, and then we have to disconnect from the vehicle as well. And then we are in the lap of that cosmic mother, Savita Dev. And what is the evidence of that? There is a bright light within us. So you will seek out that inner light, what is called Bharga. So let's read the translation of Gayatri Mantra. Cosmic consciousness is known by the term Om, ever existent, untouched by pain, and is blissful. May we acquire that Savita Dev's brightest light that is most worthy. And not only that, may that light inspire our intellect in our day to day life. Let's recite the mantra 3 times, orally, then whispering, and then mentally. And then be in the lap of that cosmic mother. Om Bhurvuvah Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat. Om Bhurvuvah Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat. Oh, we can now gradually open our eyes. We have been discussing the second chapter of Patanjali Yoga Sutra. We are quite at the end of it. As you will may recall, in the first chapter we have discussed Patanjali Yoga, and then which is for very superior minds, and then for the people who have embedded clash in it. Clash is ignorance. Patanjali is kind enough to teach us Kriya Yoga. That's what second chapter started with. And then if we are not careful in our life, then in our mind we pick up impurities, knowingly or unknowingly. Then we take some dubious means, immoral acts also, and we are not able to side away from the temptations of life, and that is why we are in the Ashtanga Yoga. So in Ashtanga Yoga, and that is what we are practicing towards the end of every session. In Ashtanga Yoga, as the name suggests, there are 8 limbs, and last week we have discussed the first two, Yam and Niyam. Yam is more like how I interact with others. It's a moral code of conduct, my duties to others, that I don't hurt anybody, ahimsa, I am truthful, I don't, I am not greedy, that is aste, I am not driven by lust, that is brahmacharya, and apayagya is I am not collecting too much of wealth beyond my requirement. And then the second limb of niyam was what are my duties to my own self? Shauch, santosh, cleanliness, contentment, that whatever is my present state, I am contented. I am not grumbling that this is not fine, that is not. But even if I am contented, I move forward, that is tapa. Swadhyaya is self-study, and Ishwar Pranidhan is deep love and surrender to that cosmic entity like a small child has to his mother. Now we are looking at the third limb, as the title says, asana, which we translate as body posture. Now, yam and niyam, the first two limbs which we have looked at last week, they are related to the lifestyle, while the later six relate to practicing meditation. So, this is what we have been absorbing as 5 steps of meditation when we sit at the end of in the form of formal meditation. So yam and niyam is our lifestyle, and when I want to sit for meditation, then the next six are relevant, and that is what, not the whole six, we have taken up 5 of them. They are called as asana, pranayam, pratyahar, dharana, and dhyan. The last one is samadhi, which is actually our objective. In dhyan, what I translate as meditation, I want to disconnect from my mind and be what I say, we are alone in my cave. But as, as you get a mature meditation practitioner, you will realize you are not alone in the cave, you are with that cosmic spirit. That is what we said in our Gayatri meditation, that as if I am in the lap of that cosmic mother. So Samadhi is the union I am with that infinite soul. So that we have not been emphasizing it. So now So we have been calling it as 5 steps of Ashtanga Yoga. So that is what we are starting today. This is the last part of 46th statement, Sthir Sukham Asanam. So that is translated as body posture should be unwavering and comfortable. So the body posture we adopt for which is conducive to meditation, he is describing it as asana, and he is giving its 2 attributes. During that practice of meditation, whatever you decide, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever you want to devote for meditation, your body posture should not be wavering and should be comfortable. If it is wavering and you are in your cave in meditation, then you will be disturbed because your body signals will come to you that something is happening there. Or if you are not quite comfortable, then also you will be disturbed. Some painful signals will come to you. So that is why he is saying the body posture, which is conducive to meditation, must be possessing these 2 attributes, that it allows you to sit unwavering and in comfort manner. So usually we say that there are some postures which are very good, like we have described here, Sukhasana. And of course, I love Siddhasana very much, which is what I am sitting in at this point. And you will see for about 1 hour I can sit like this undisturbed. So this is a very good posture. But these are not the only 2 postures. The literature is describing some more. So probably I should name them. They are like Padmasana, which is lotus posture. There is also Ardha Padmasana, half of the lotus posture. There is another posture, Swastikasana. Maybe I can just describe it to you. It is very similar to Siddhasana and slightly simpler than that. Actually, maybe those who have difficulty in Siddhasana, they could look at this as an option. So if I am again in a starting form, my 2 legs are spread out. In Siddhasana, I fold my left foot inward such that the heel is on the center line. That is what the starting step for Siddhasana is. In Swastikasana, I make the heel of the left foot is not quite on the center line. It is slightly on the right side, such that the foot is touching the thigh, the right thigh. Slight difference. Instead of this is Siddhasana. Now the foot is not quite, need not touch the right thigh. It is independent, immaterial. And then I move on with the second step and so on and so forth. This would have been Siddhasana. Now Swastikasana is simpler, that the entire left foot is touching my right thigh. Is that okay? And then I go on the same manner. The next step is my right foot gets tucked into the valley, what I call, on the left side. And then I again try to bring my biggest toe of the left foot upward. This is Swastikasana. Not much different from Siddhasana. This is another option. So today we have seen, of course, we have described already Sukhasana and Siddhasana, and I've just mentioned Padmasana. Padmasana also is same as Sukhasana. In Sukhasana, we just bring our 2 feet together, but under the respective thighs. In Padmasana, the lotus posture, so this is how Padmasana looks like. It is same as Sukhasana, except that the foot is above the thighs, while in the Sukhasana, the feet are below the thighs. And Siddhasana I have described quite a few times. Today I have described Swastikasana also. that the entire left foot is touching the right thigh. And one more posture is described in the literature, that is called Vajrasana, where you sit just like that. Simple. Here also there are two possibilities. One is, I probably have to show you this way. One is when I am sitting like this, both the foot are touching each other. And then the one possibility is I let me grounded like this. So these are two possibilities in Vajrasana. So these are, I think I have covered. Please believe me, these are all in terms of Patanjali Yoga, these are the possible asana. I said it because in Hatha Yoga there are hundreds of postures. They have also borrowed the term asana, but that doesn't mean Patanjali's definition. Patanjali's definition, please remember, is Sthir Sukham Asanam, the posture that is comfortable and allows you to sit unwavering for meditation. So don't be confused with the term asana. These are the asana from meditation point of view. And let's move forward with what Patanjali is talking next about benefit of postures, benefit of asana. So statement 47, he is again describing, if you have mastered this, then what will happen? Prayatna sathilya, prayatna sathilya, and anant samapatibhyam. So 47th statement is describing by way of being effortlessly adopt. If you have mastered asana, then it will become so natural that you can position yourself or you can bundle your body in that posture effortlessly. Prayatna sathilya. Prayatna is effort. Sathilya is, it is minimal effort. With minimal effort, you will be able to bundle your body or discipline your body in that posture. Anant samapatibhyam. Anant is endless. Of course, when I sit in meditation like this, as a beginner, you have an idea that this is your body frame, which is bounded, which has a boundary. But when you have mastered this posture, whatever posture you have chosen to, and if you have mastered it, then there comes a time that as if you are harmonized, anant samapatibhyam, with the infinite. What it means is, then you go in meditation, but you don't have a idea that you are bounded in a bounded body, as if it is boundaryless body. So that is what is meaning. Of course, we are all in a body frame which is a finite body frame. But imagine you are in meditation and you just feel as if you are a free bird in infinite sky. You are not bounded by anything. So this is how you can realize. This is a benchmark. If you are succeeding in asana, mastery over asana, the body posture, and you are doing well in meditation, then you will have such a kind of a feeling. I may point out one more thing. Maybe some of you have noticed when you are deep in meditation and you are emerging out of meditation, you are coming out of meditation. Just look for that moment. At that moment, sometime you might have noticed it is very difficult to raise your hand, as if your limbs have become very heavy. So this is also an indication that you have mastered meditation as well as your asana, the body posture is good. That now what is happening is you are so much disconnected from your body frame as if it was infinite body, that now when you want to connect to your body, and raise your own hand, lift your own hands, you are finding it very difficult, as if it is very heavy. So that is also an indication that indeed you are succeeding in the direction of Anant Samapati Bhyam, as if there is infinite. So the translation here was by way of being effortlessly adaptable and leading to a feeling as if you are unbounded, although you are in the finite body frame. It reminds me of in our session number 6, which was first review, there was one practitioner who sent his feedback. He used this word that yes, I devote 30 to 40 minutes of meditation, and he used the word boundarylessness. So that is this kind of a feeling that you are not in your finite body frame. He is devoting one more statement on asana. This is what will be the result. Statement number 48 says, Tato dvandva anabhighata. Tato means out of that, if you have mastered body posture properly, dvandva is all, it is made out of dva. Dva is duality. So dva and dva means multiple options. Dvandva anabhighata, you are not attacked by that. So what it means is, let's read the translation, second point 48, that gives rise to an ability to be unaffected by extremes. Dvandva is two limits, so these are the extremums. So they are like such as cold and warm weather, hunger and thirst. These are all kind of external forces which have dualities. Sometimes it's too cold, sometimes it's too warm, sometimes body is hungry, sometimes body is thirsty. Body is also something external to us in terms of Patanjali's philosophy. When we are talking external force, hunger and thirst will also be treated as external force because I am the soul inside, so my body is an external body frame. And all kinds of forces, like in certain events in family, something happens in my family to my spouse, my children, or friends, all kinds of things are happening. So, but here we are more talking about physical forces, then I am not disturbed. My body remains like that, whether it is too cold or too hot, or I am hungry or thirsty or whatever it is happening, I am undisturbed. So you are able to prevail over these external forces. Now he is going to the next limb of Ashtanga Yoga, the number 4. What is his term is called pranayam. We have been translating it as deep breathing, and I think proper translation is regulated breathing. Basically, breathing is automated, it's happening by itself, what we call a non-voluntary force. But the beautiful thing about this particular process, namely breathing, as opposed to say heartbeat and digestion and other non-voluntary forces, when it comes to breathing, I am able to take some control of it. I can regulate it slightly. So when my soul, with the help of my mind, influence my breathing in a particular manner, it becomes pranayam. So pranayam is not a big deal. It is breathing, but now I am breathing with my mind. I am regulating it in a particular manner. Now again, pranayam term is used by many people in many different manner, including the Hatha Yoga practitioners. But again, pranayam in Patanjali Yoga has a specific meaning. Let's look at that. That is of 4 kinds, and that is what he is describing now. 49 statement goes like Tasmin Sati. Tasmin is that having control. That is the previous one, the asana. So of course now the story is sequential. One shouldn't go to pranayam before mastering the asana. So he's saying Tasmin Sati means having attained that, the body posture, Swas Praswas Yo Gati Vicheda Pranayam. Swas and Praswas is the inspiration and expiration of air, and Gati Viched is cessation. So the cessation of inspiration and expiration of air done non-voluntarily by the body system, which happens by itself, which is in the background. But now I am able to break that thing, break the sequence of the breathing that is called pranayam. So what is pranayam? The cyclic process of breathing in and breathing out, which is happening automated by itself in background. If I am able to break that cycle, that is called pranayama. Now, how to do it? Now he is describing in statement number 50, Bahya Abhyanta Stambhavete Desh Kala Sankhyavi Paideshto Digha Sukshma. So this is a statement which is saying what are different classifications of pranayam. So first is he's saying there are three types. Bahya means outer. If I breathe out forcefully, that is called Bahya. I put in a word Rechak, but it need not be there because this is not Patanjali's term. Patanjali's term is Bahya when I do breathe out. Then Abhyantar when I do breathe in. So when I do it with application of my mind, then it becomes Bahya Pranayam when I breathe out. When I breathe in, it becomes Abhyanta Pranayam. And when I hold it as it is, as if my system is airtight, no atmospheric air goes in and no air from the system goes out. That is called, he is using the word Stambhaveti, while I have used the word Kumbhaka. So these are the three types of pranayam. When I do it, breathe out, and you might have noticed the pranayam in our step number 2, what we call deep breathing, we are integrating all these three. When we say let's do breathe out, let's hold the breath out, that is third type, stambhviti. And then when I say let's breathe in, that is abhyanta. So the three types he has listed there, that is what we are integrating in our practice of Patanjali meditation. There are some further more classifications. Desh Kala Sankhyavi. Desh is, so let's read the translation here. The B part. Above three are further classified into three uh, body space that is affected, that is called Desh. Sometimes we say that let's do our breathe out focusing the portion of the head region so that I want to remove air from the head region. That would be like, throwing air out like that. But you will remember, typically when we sit for meditation, our focus is diaphragmatic breathing, abdominal breathing. So our body, the parameter desh, means the space that we are focusing on is our lower abdomen. We are saying, let's throw out air from the abdomen part. So these are further classification where you are focusing on the head region, the chest, abdomen, etc. Then call is time duration. So somebody can say, I want to breathe out in this much of time duration. So that will be a particular type of pranayam. What is our guideline? Our guideline is let's maximize, elongate the time duration as much as, but not going beyond the discomfort level. So we try to maximize it, but still continuing to remain in our, I won't say we want to be in our comfort zone, but we don't want to face any kind of discomfort. Then another way is Sankhyavi, is the count. So three types of pranayam, outer, inner, and just holding it. And they are further classified as you're focusing on different parts of the body, the time duration, and how many times you want to do it. That's also we have mentioned, borrowing the words from Mahesh Dayanand, minimum 3 cycles, maximum 21 cycles. So you might have noticed we are taking care of all these parameters in our daily practice. Then he says, Paidrashto Dig Sukshma. If all that has been under control, then what will be the end result? Your breathing will be long and very subtle, sukshma. So eventually should become long and light or subtle. He devotes one more statement to two more statements. 51st statement is the fourth type he is saying, which in literature many people translate in a different manner. I am borrowing the meaning from Maharishi Dayananda. The statement goes like Bahya Abhyantara Vishayakshepi Chaturtha. The fourth type. The three types were already mentioned in 50th statement A part, the out part, inner one, and the holding it. Now, fourth is a matter of variation in interpretation by different authors, but the one I'm describing goes like this. When the normal breathing is out, I forcefully breathe in. And when the normal breathing is breathe in, I forcefully make it breathe out. Then it is the fourth type of pranayam Patanjali is suggesting for meditation practitioner. Statement is translated as second point 51. Normal expiration is converted into inspiration and vice versa. Is the fourth type of pranayam. Let's move on. The next statement, indeed, there are two statements. Now, the benefits of pranayam, which is the fourth limb. Statement 52 is saying, Tatah Shiyate Prakash Avaranam. Its translation goes like, due to that, namely pranayam, the covering that represents tamas, darkness, dullness, inertia, or dormancy of light. Light is called here prakash. He has used the word prakash, which a better word is illumination, which is the essential attribute of my chitta. My chitta shows me the knowledge, which is the illumination attribute. And you remember when he has described in early part of second chapter, there was a statement about this here. The statement was Prakash Kiya Sthiti Shilam Bhutendriyatmakam Bhogapuagartham Deshyam. It is a it is a philosophical description of matter, the material world, and the first thing made out of matter is our chitta. So he is saying this is made out of three gunas, three strands. They were called as in Kapil is calling talking about sattva just tamas, but Patanjali prefers to call them as prakash kiya sthiti. So this is our chitta. It has three possibilities of functions. It illuminates us with the knowledge, that is prakash. Kriya is when I act upon, I make an effort. Through my mind, I activate my motor organs and I take some effort. That is, he is calling it kriya. And sthiti is when it is doing nothing, dormancy, something like when I go to sleep. So these are the three things mainly happening here. Either it gives me knowledge, or it makes me do certain things in the world, or I go into sleep. So what happens with pranayam? He is saying that the when I intend to go in meditation, I don't want to go into sleep or I don't want to be in active mode. I want to be in illuminating mode, the prakash mode. So this is the inward journey. I am coming from the asana, the body posture. Now I am doing deep breathing. So to facilitate my further inward journey, this pranayam is very helpful. As if there is an avar, there is a covering which covers the chitta and doesn't let it be in the illuminating mode, then those coverings are removed. Or just imagine on a rainy day, the clouds have covered the sun and you don't see the sunlight. And if there was a mechanism to disperse the clouds so that the sunlight would be visible, that is the example which can help you understand the benefit of pranayama. It disperses the clouds, so the darkness is removed and the sunlight is again visible. But now this is not in the outer world, it is in the inner world. So in the inward journey, you can see the light and you can further go inside your cave finally where you want to go to. He gives one more benefit of pranayam. Statement number 53 is Dharana Sucha Yogyata Manasa. Dharana is limb number 6, which is yet to come, which will come in the 3rd chapter. Next week we will be discussing that. So he is saying, let's read the translation. The manas is the mind linkage, which is the outer mind, is enabled towards concentration, which is dharana, the 6th limb yet to be described. So he is saying pranayam, which is the 4th limb of Ashtanga Yoga, helps this manas, which is where we will be going in the 6th limb, which is manas. Your manas is enabled. It gains the capability to help you go into the 6th limb of Patanjali Yoga, which is dharana. So he's saying pranayam helps you go cover the inward journey, firstly by dispersing the clouds, and then the next instrument, which is the manas, is also brought in the right direction so that your dharana will be successful. This much about asana and pranayam. Let's move on to pratyaha, the limb number 4. The etymology of this word is also interesting, though we have tentatively translated it as instruction to our mind. If you remember, when we sit for formal meditation, our step number 3, our counting is, 5 minus 2, because yam and niyam we don't really count as practicing part of meditation. So this becomes our 3rd step, and we have been translating it as instruction to our mind. And what we do in this step, we recite that sound a few times as if instructing our mind that you facilitate my journey inward. But today I can give you a better translation of this term, pratyahar, made out of the root har. Har is to acquire. And then there is a prefix a. A is ang achadane from all directions. So we have a common word in our language, namely ahar. Ahar is for food, which is acquired from outer world. We do all kinds of effort in the farming and so many things to acquire food, and then we consume it. So that is called ahar. So that is the job of our 5 senses, to acquire knowledge and information from the surroundings and keep me in touch with the world. So that is what their job is. And whatever information they bring, they give it to my outer mind, which is called manas. That is what is aha. But as a meditation practitioner, I want to tell my manas that I am not interested in any information from outer world, so I instruct it. So the word for pratyaha is, aha is to acquisition. Then there is another prefix, prati. Prati is to counter, to do opposite of that. So pratyaha means I am not wanting to do gaining any information from my 5 senses. So that is what pratyaha is, and that's what I will say now is withdrawal from the external world. I am not interested in the external world, and that is what we said to our mind through that code word, oh. As if I am trying to instruct my mind, you switch off from the external world. That is what has been your job description, but now just stay calm. So what is pratyaha? He is describing statement number 54. Swa Vishaya Asampayoge Chittasya Swarupanuka Iv Indriyanam Pratyaha. Very unusual, interesting definition, description. Let me read it out. Pratyaha of the sense organs is disconnect from their respective objects, having adopted to the scene appearing on the chit, contrary to the typical situation that the chit displays what is acquired by the sense organs. Let me say it again, it's like longest statement. In typical day-to-day life, our five senses pick up information from the external world, bring it to the manas, goes to ahankar, and finally it is displayed on my chit and I am observing it. This is how the life goes on. But now Pratyaha is opposite in the sense I put something on my chit. Like we say, the prototype we have chosen is a sky. So, like in the last step, we said, let's imagine a sky and we are walking deep into the sky so that we are in meditation. So, when I say we imagine the sky, we have put a sky on our chitta. So, in Pratyaha, I am trying to tell my senses, usually what you bring is displayed on the chitta, but now there is total reversal. I have displayed sky on my chitta, and you imagine as if we are watching the sky. So, as if I am telling my eyes, you don't see anything else, but you be absorbed in that sky. That is the meaning of Pratyaha. Tata, statement 55. Tata, out of that, Parama Vashyate Indriyanam. What will be achieved? Out of that Pratyaha, sense organs are brought in absolute control. And then I suggest compare with enunciation Vayagya level 1 called Vashika, non-attachment. If you remember, Abhyas Vayagya Abhyam Tan Nirodha. That was Patanjali's statement in first chapter in the early part that how to achieve yoga out of Abhyas and Vayagya. Then Abhyas was Tat Sthito, something like that. And Vayagya level 1 was Vashika. How do you get that? When your all sense organs are under control, and that is what Pratyahara will help. This is the end of his second chapter. Then next week we begin third chapter. We will cover a very small part of it, and that chapter is called Vibhuti Path. This chapter was called as Sadhan Path. This is the means, and if you have understood all this, you are now capable of going further into yoga. So this is very unusual. A part of Ashtanga Yoga has been covered in the second chapter. Now this is called as Bahiranga Yoga. This is outer yoga. Now later three, namely Dharana, Dhyana and Samadhi, will be covered in the third chapter, which he will call there as Antayanga Yoga, inner yoga. So this is where we stand. I think today we have slightly more. I have some more slides which will go very fast. So just certain comments on, because now you are in a towards the later part of this course. So I believe some of you must be having a certain experiences. So let's try to understand what all could be happening. So last week we have discussed transformation in mind. So when your mind is absolutely inactive, you are disconnect from your mind as if that cosmic infinite soul is washing it and servicing it. And that causes transformation in mind. So you can see certain things happening in your change in your personality, in your inner part of person. Today I'm going to describe that when you are deep in meditation, your mind is thoroughly inactive, then there is deep in meditation. That is what should be our objective. And once we are there, the experience is bound to be pleasant. This is a very powerful statement. Actually, it comes from Kapil, author of Sankhya. I am so fascinated with that statement that goes like Samadhi Sushupti Moksheshu Brahmyukta. So the statement is saying that when you are deep in meditation, you are bound to have a pleasant experience the way you have in deep sleep. But in deep sleep, we are in unconscious mode. Only when we come out of it, we say it was good. But when meditation, you will have real time awareness what is the feeling of that wonderful experience. So let's look at the title here is pleasure, and which is very unique thing of in the human life. Of course, that is what typical world we call it sukh and dukh, pain and pleasure in life, which we as well as animal, bird all go through it. There is subjectivity of sensual pleasures, like we have seen it, like somebody likes a cup of coffee, somebody likes cup of tea. It cannot happen that there is one sensual pleasure which everybody will say, yes, I enjoy it. And this is the unique part of human beings. We always want to continuously upgrade it. Whatever sensual pleasures we have achieved, we want to have some new sources of pleasures, new objects. We want to always upgrade our level of happiness, so to say. Now I make an attempt that if there is a inner urge in all of us to seek out something, then there must be something which can meet that need. So if there is a universal need, there has to be a universal solution also. For example, we all get hungry, then there is food in the world. We all get thirsty, there is water in the world. We will all be choking without air, there is plenty of air in the world. And so, if all human beings are always attempting to upgrade their level of happiness, they, of course, for a common man, he doesn't know how to get that situation. What is the ultimate thing that will quench my thirst? The common man may not be knowing it, but such a source must be existing. So absolute pleasure must be reachable. Otherwise, this becomes a faulty design. Faulty design like we all become hungry, but there is no food in the world. And there is no such faulty design in this world. So that's what Vedic Rishi is saying. There is something which is absolute pleasure, indeed exists, and it is reachable. And until that is achieved, we have a vacuum within ourselves that we want to upgrade our level of happiness. Let's look at quickly what is it. So in a tabular form, I show you we are a composite of body, mind, and soul. And when we are awake, like at this point, we are all alert. Our body and mind are active, and the soul, the me, I go through a wide spectrum of feeling, which is pleasure and pain, or in between. So there is a wide spectrum defined by two extremes of sukha and dukh, or pleasure and pain, and I am somewhere in between. When I am in a dream state, or even I am dreaming in the night, sleep, my body is inactive, but mind is active. Again, I may have peaceful mind or disturbed mind, shanti or shanti. We can be having a wide spectrum, but the deep sleep, what is called sushupti, both body and mind are inactive, and then, of course, I don't know what it is, but when I come out of it, I say it was wonderful. And that is what we are trying to achieve in deep meditative state. That is why we are so concerned that mind must be absolutely inactive. And if I have really achieved that, then there is only one possibility, that I will be in blissful state. That is a very powerful statement, that if I am really becoming more and more proficient in Patanjali meditation, then I will have great empowerment. I have great confidence that there is a source of absolute happiness within me. I don't have to be dependent on anything or anybody else. So that's something you want to be watchful of, and try to improve your level of meditation so that we get something like that. Let's practice. Sorry again. I always want to aim towards about 15 minutes, at least 10 minutes. But again, if you allow me slightly, I will say I take 5 minutes extra today, so that we have about 12 minutes of meditation. We are following Patanjali's Ashtanga Yoga, which, as I have described, which translates into these 5 steps of Ashtanga Yoga: body posture, deep breathing, instruction to our mind, and then in terms of that Pranavadhwani, the sound, and then concentration focusing at our mind at between the two eyebrows, and then walking deep into the sky in our cave, being in meditation. And if you are in meditation, if a thought wave is likely to strike you, again instruct your mind with that sound mentally. Oh. Be watchful and don't get entangled with any thought wave. Remembering that our objective is to be void of thoughts, void of any activity in our mind. Let's do 3 cycles of deep breathing, each cycle with 4 phases. Deep breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. One more last cycle. Breathe out. Breathe in. We'll wait for some time for our breathing to become normal so that our body can take its control and we can disconnect from it. Let's instruct our mind with that sound 5 times. So we can gradually open our eyes. That was our 14th session. Thank you for joining us. We will meet again next week. Thank you.